Hi everybody, this is part 12 of my DVD collection, family films. And the first one we have is Adventures in Babysitting, classic with Elizabeth Shue. I loved this movie when I was a kid, especially the little girl who's in it. Up next we have the Brat Patrol. When I was a kid, my mom used to take me and my sister to this video rental store, and I'd always rent this movie. It was a Disney TV movie. This isn't really an official DVD. I just found it on the internet. Somebody was selling it. It's a really bad transfer. It looks like it was taped from television. But it has Sean Astin in it from the Goonies, and I used to love it. I watched it like all the time. Up next we got the Back to the Future trilogy. Again, I loved it when I was a kid. I guess you could call it a sci-fi franchise, but I always thought American kids were small for some reason because Michael J. Fox, but he was my idea of what I thought American teenagers were like. So that's why I have this here. Up next we got Billy Elliot, a cool movie from 2000s about a British kid who wants to dance, and his father and brother are in this mining town. And great movie from 2000. BMX Bandits, classic. It's Nicole Kidman. Great kids movie. It's an Australian film. It's like one of her first roles. I used to love this movie. Same with the Brat Patrol. It was this and this movie that I'd always want to watch. I've seen it like 100 times. Grew up watching it. Up next we got Bridge to Terabithia. This only came out a few years ago, but it was marketed really badly as a fantasy movie, but the truth is it blew me away. It's a great movie about friendship and imagination of kids, and I really loved it. Next we have The Cat in the Hat, Mike Myers. Not a great movie, but it's alright. Classic, love it, always have, always will. It's the 2 disc limited collector's edition. Up next we have Enchanted, very nice movie with Amy Adams, came out like a few years ago. Up next we got Explorers, great movie with River Phoenix and Ethan Hawke. I love this movie about these 3 kids who find this magical ball and then build a spaceship and use it to fly into space. Another movie of the similar kind, Flight of the Navigator, great movie about this kid who ends up in this spaceship. They don't make movies like this anymore, I'm afraid. It's not good. It's not for cases. Goonies, classic. That's all I need to say about this. Love the Goonies. Next we got Gremlins, and this is actually kind of broken, which sucks, which you can tell there. Probably get a new one if they ever put out a special edition. A decent special edition, but classic. Next we have Harry and the Hendersons. I always cry at the end when John Lithgow punches him in the face when he tells him to get out of here. It always breaks my heart, that moment, but this is a great movie from the 80s. Howard the Duck, classic, special edition. Next we have Inner Space, great movie. Joe Dante film with Dennis Quaid and Martin Short and Meg Ryan. I just thought it was cool. Who doesn't want to fly a little spaceship inside a person? Next we got Kindergarten Cop, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I saw it when it came out in 1990, and I always remember the beginning because some guy gets murdered, and it always scared the hell out of me back then, even though it's kind of silly now. Next we have The Last Starfighter, Collector's Edition. Great movie about this guy who plays this video game that basically comes to life. Mary Poppins, classic, 40th anniversary edition, 1964. Masters of the Universe, I was a huge He-Man fan growing up. I have all the old cartoon show as well. I used to have all the figures. This is the Dolph Lundgren film. It's not great, but it's one I remember. Night at the Museum, Ben Stiller. And the sequel, Battle of the Smithsonian. What's her name? Amy Adams plays Amelia Earhart in this, and I saw Amelia with Hilary Swank. She should have played her. Would have been a better movie. It also comes with a Monkey Mischief DVD, which I haven't watched, so whatever. The live-action Peter Pan. It's a 2003 film. It's pretty good. Another 80s classic, Short Circuit, Ali Sheedy, Steve Guttenberg. Just a great movie. Next we got Space Camp. I loved this growing up. About these kids go to Cape Canaveral and end up on a spaceship and get launched into space with Kate Capshaw and Leah Thompson. It was a cool idea. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie. And it says that on the bottom. Next we got Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, classic. I don't have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I still need to get that. Next we got The Witches, Angelica Houston. I used to love this movie as a kid too. I believe it's a Roald Dahl book, and I used to like his stuff when I was growing up. Let's see, I don't remember. Yeah, it is Roald Dahl. Always like the story of the Giants as well. So if there's any live action or cartoon of that, I want to find it. Fred Savage and the Wizard, great video game movie. I used to love this film too growing up. The Wizard of Oz, 3-disc collector's edition, classic. I also want to get Return to Oz as well. That movie always freaked me out as a kid. And finally we have The Yearling. It's a 1946 film about this girl or a guy. I don't remember. Yeah, it's a kid and his young fawn that he finds. So that's it for family films or kids movies, and up next will be my fantasy section, which is about the same size, so fantasy will be next.